Hello and welcome everyone. How are you today? Yay. So here we are, February 1st, 2019. Time is flying as usual, right? Yes. All my feathers here. Love all my feathers. All these are wild feathers I have found actually. Well, this one these two are my favorite ones. I believe this one's a pelican feather. I've had this for a long time, but this one I was coming from going to run some errands coming from the bank that I had to walk into the bank, walk out of the bank. I walk in the bank and then I walk out of the bank. This looks like a hawk feather to me. Right there. You open up the door and there it was. I totally believe, because I don't believe in coincidence. It was meant for me. Well, my darling, so here we are, February 1st, and I want to wish happy birthday to the Aquarius folk and the Pisces folk. But I did want to bring, at the end of the year, I did a reading for all 12 zodiac signs with these cards that I have called the blessing cards. But I chose to pick different cards from what I work with personally myself. And for the month of February, and forgive me because of being sick, I've not done many videos. But I did want to open up with this for February, because this is what came through for February for the reading I did. I may also include the video link to when I did these readings in case you missed it. But loyalty is my gift for the friends of February, and this for all, for all of us. But I do want to wish Aquarius and Pisces folk happy birthday. And it reads, I esteem myself for my loyalty. I recognize that my capacity to commit and continue in relationships has been an invaluable part of what has brought richness and continuity to my life. And we know that February is, known as the month of love with Valentine's, and that speaks of relationships. And then this is one of my Sulamith Wolfing cards that I love her. And hold on, let me just make sure if you can see. You can see there's a little girl and there's an angel with the harp playing her the music. And the music is always beautiful, and life vibrates. It does not move. Okay, so that's kind of a deep quote there. Life vibrates, just like when you play a musical instrument. It's that vibration, that feeling you have when you hear the notes. And then this comes from my angel cards, which I hardly use these cards. These are sort of like my personal decks, but I did make that reading. And then it reads, allow yourself the vision of joy and feel into it daily. Okay, so allow yourself the vision of joy and feel into it daily. And so these were the cards that came through for February. So I'm just sending it all. And this is like a monthly reading for all people. Okay, all people. And I did bring out my Aquarius deck because of the fact that we got the birthday for Aquarius. But my Aquarian tarot, I've had this like since 2005. And this is the Fool in the front, and the Artist, and the David Palladini. He's done other things too. He's pretty cool. And the Lovers, I think. I've had this deck since 2005. You can tell it's kind of taped it up. And I had to bring out my Thelema deck again because this month of February also highlights the High Priestess. That's the theme of this month, is the High Priestess. So I brought up my Witch's Tarot deck, the Aquarian Tarot deck, and my Thelema deck that also highlights the High Priestess in the front here, okay? And the Witch's Tarot, here's the High Priestess right there, okay? And I'm going to close with the Soul's Journey Lesson cards by James Van Praagh. But I did want to open up, I didn't bring out my fairy ring cards because they're, I've had this deck a long time too. It's by Anna Franklin. Love, love, love Anna Franklin. 2003, okay? Let me see when she wrote this. 2002. Okay, so 2003. I've had this deck obviously way before YouTube because I believe in the earth magic very much. I consider myself a priestess of the moon, but also, a lover of Earth, Mother. And so I was gravitated to Anna Franklin and her art. I have another deck by her. But here we have the different seasons too. And IMBOLC, as of today, is known as IMBOLC, February 1st. And I'm going to read it, okay? And see, I even wrote it. Now I date things, because when I used to write in my books, I wouldn't date. Now I don't remember when I wrote this, but I've had this deck. It's about the moon, the high priestess. Okay, so you can see that this month of February is about the high priestess. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't want to bring this out because I don't want to use this anymore, but you can just see I'm using it for my own self here. But here we have the tarot is the high priestess. Okay, and goddess Brigitte is from Ireland. She's definitely loved. I've done videos just for her. Kuan Yin. Here we come on the new year of the Chinese medicine is, I believe, February 5th. And this is the year of the pig. So I want to do a video with that. And I'm going to bring forward my Kuan Yin. Of course, Diana, also known as Artemis, is the huntress. And Aphrodite, also known as Venus. Okay, and the medicine is rising energy, purification, new growth, honoring and forgiving yourself, self-love, accepting responsibility, planning for the future. Okay, so, but anyway, here we have the fairy festival of IMBOLC. Okay, IMBOLC. The card depicts a fairy mound at the beginning of February. The trees are frosted white and patches of snow lie upon the ground. Winged fairies peer down from the trees. And if you can see them, they're kind of like, but there's one, there's another one, okay, and here's another, there's a bunch of, but this is a fairy mound, okay. So usually they say that these mounds are different than the ones that go underneath the water, okay. Okay, winged fairies peer down from the trees, while in the foreground a hag fairy sweeps the ground. A hag fairy sweeps the ground with a broom. From the fairy mound, ethereal white spirits issue in spirals of light. And here are the ethereal spirits bringing in the spirals of light. The moon stands at a slender crescent, and you can see Luna's right here in a slender crescent. We're going to have that new moon in Aquarius also on the 4th of February, right before the new Chinese New Year on the 5th in the sign of the pig. So I want to do a combo with that because I'm feeling better, my friends. Okay, I'm feeling better. All my staples are out. I'm doing good. I saw my doctor yesterday. He says I'm doing very well. So I hope within the next couple of weeks I'll be back where I was before all this surgeries came my way. Okay, so here we are. The festival, IMBOLC, celebrated on February 1st, which is today, was one of the 4 pastoral festivals of our Celtic ancestors. It celebrates the very first stirrings of spring, when the sap rises in the trees and snowdrops poke their heads through the snow. The Celts marked it as the festival of the goddess Brigitte, who was later Christianized as Saint Brigitte, because she was definitely well loved. Okay, that's why they even the Christians brought her forward, because she was well adored. And this is my ex-husband was from, his family were all from Ireland, so I embraced everything from their realm, which I still adore today. Okay, and Brigitte, she carries a white willow wand, and with it she regenerates the lifeless land, bringing back the green shoots and engendering a new round of birth among animals. At IMBOLC, the first lambs of the year are born, a powerful symbol of renewal, innocence, and purity. In folk tales, Brigitte appears in fairy form to chase away the hag of winter and bring back the spring. In some tales, the hag and her rival, the maiden, fight in the forms of dragon and lamb. In Scottish lore, the adder, representing the power of the Cailleach, is defeated by the lamb of Brigitte. Okay, in ancient times, this yearly defeat of winter was marked by a woman's festival The married women of the tribe would paint themselves with woad, I'm not sure what that is, W-O-A-D, and go naked to the festival site to honor the crone, which you know, the crone is maiden, witch woman, and crone is the elder, while the younger woman would gather gifts to offer at Bridget's shrine. Okay, I'm going to continue reading because it's kind of long. The festival, this is all about Earth Goddess, and the festival of Bridget was Christianized as Candlemas, marking the purification of the Virgin Mary after giving birth to Christ. Okay. At IMBOLC, many fairies come out of their winter resting places to test the weather. If it is still cold and frosty, they will retreat for a little longer. Okay. If the weather is fine, she takes the form of a giant bird to gather firewood to warm her through the summer. She stays in because she has we don't want to go there. This is just, you know, everyone has their wisdom and everyone has their folk tales. You can gather what you believe. But the divinatory meaning of this beautiful IMBOLC here, which we are representing today, the energies of Mother Earth, and of course the stars are involved, and everything, you know, moon, sun, earth, stars. When the IMBOLC festival card appears in a spread, it indicates potent energies of resurgence, purification, freshness, originality, and new beginnings. And that's why I wanted to bring that card out, because I too feel now, from this illness that was presented to me, I have my new beginning coming. My doctor said I'm looking good. So I just feel like that's what I wanted to also read for all of us. And that I wanted to say that when I did that reading, I wanted to bring forward all those that came through. And we're going to do, you know, and just know, my friends, we're all unique in our ways. No matter, you know, where you were born, just know your birth date is a code, and exactly geographically where you were born is another code. But we can all embrace ourselves in spirituality and love each other, no matter, you know, what faith you believe in. Love is love, okay? That's the universal law. And, oh, here come the crows now. My poor baby's out there. I can't wait till soon I'm going to clean up that backyard that I have not been able to. That's a big crow right there. I want to paint my bamboo fence. So much to do now that I'm looking forward to. And I appreciate all of you for being patient with me and sending beautiful blessings my way. Card in my hand already. Because you all did send me beautiful blessings. And I appreciate all of you also who have written to me personally via Facebook. I thank you all, really, because I was very ill, but I'm feeling very good. And all of your beautiful prayer blessings, don't you think they did not go, that I did not love them back, okay? That I did not love your words back. Okie dokie. Okay, let's see what we have to say with our 9-card spread. All right. Okay. Now with the Aquarian Tarot. So, you know, embrace yourselves, get outdoors if you can. You know, try to every day say a prayer to wake up to those you love, and Mother Earth for giving us, right in my hand. Let me just, you know, just say that now I'm going to be 59 this year, and this past few months, really, I never saw myself being so ill ever, to have back-to-back surgeries in 2 months. But the point is that I am more grateful than ever to feel the love that was sent to me via prayer and healing I'm healing so well, my doctor said. Okay, and I'm not 38 years, I'm 28. The older we get, the body tends to, but if you believe and take care of yourself, and you have prayers of loved ones, it's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, I appreciate all of you, every single one. Alrighty. Woo, look at these. These were just flying through. Yes. Okay, so let's continue and see what we have to say here. Okay, the demon deck. And then if I have to read from the little booklets, and then we'll close with the soul's journey. That is one thing, our soul. Hold on. Okay, now. Our soul continues to go through, the ethereal lights, but it comes into this body for a reason. And I know I've been so ill and bedridden for so long now. I know there's a reason here why I'm here, and I'm immersing myself in that divine life. I understand I am unique as all of you are, and don't give up ever on you and your soul's purpose on this planet, because we are all here for a reason, no doubt about it. Okay, beautiful. So let's see what the cards have to say beginning in this month of February. Six of Pentacles. Alrighty. This card doesn't really come through very often, so it's kind of cool that it did. But here we have the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Earth, and you can see the coins. He's delivering these coins to these young children here. And six numerology to me speaks of that, peace and that karmic peace. If you're, doing positivity to this earth, to this planet, to the young ones, teaching them, how to value themselves, but it's not about money, okay? Hello, crows. Hello. Oh, no. I'm not saying no to seagulls, but the seagulls, look at that seagull, bigger than the crow. Oh, they're so naughty, those seagulls. I don't even know how they find that out. They started coming like a few months ago. After all these years I've been feeding the birds. Somebody must have said, hey, seagulls, come on over. But if they come in groups, they just devour the food in 2 minutes. This is what we like here, the magician. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. The magician is here. How wonderful. You see, it's they want us to go within. And as I mentioned with the magician and the high priestess, we don't share too much information to others, okay? They are very in solitude, the magician and the high priestess, and I believe this with all my heart. You shouldn't tell too many people how you do your own magic, okay? Do you want to speak of magic? Yes. But, it's like the Aquarius mantras, I know. And I know what I believe in. And the Pisces mantra is, I believe. So I know what I believe in. And you can't force people to believe in what you believe in. But when you become your own magician, when you become your own high priestess, it's when you know that you have that intellect, you have that logic. And here we have a fairy right here, little fairy, got some mountains. Oh, look, we have some little calla lilies. I have some calla lilies right there. See the calla lily? Yes. The roses on top, the infinity symbol. He's holding his wand. Okay. It's about like the high priestess is about your intuition. Knowing how to receive and communicate, through the higher realms that be. And stay in that solitude. Don't share too much about what you know when the mystic comes to tell you things. I mean, if your family are all magicians and high priests, more power to you. But if you're finding you're awakened to this position and that you know things that others don't, write in your journals, keep it to yourself until you know, you can trust those that you speak with. Six of Wands, fabulous. Look, 2 6s is coming through with that karmic, that peaceful karmic. And this speaks of also the wands, the fire, you know, the passionate energy that we have when we come forward home to victory. Look at this. Victory is here. Victory. And we see a knight that he's gone, obviously. You know, he goes out there to do the battles, but he's come back with the laurel wreath, you know, where it might elevate him to another superior position if he's crowned. But he is coming home with victory, okay? And that's fabulous. This is really knowing that you have taken, and with the magician here, with the magician, you truly have taken that psychic ability. And you could see wearing a red cloth with different signs, star signs, moon signs, different planet signs. If you can't see it, I can see it. But he's also got a red cloak. Like, he's taken his own passionate energy, intuitive side, and saying, I'm going to battle the dark forces, and yet I'm going to come back to victory with the sun shining, and the sun is shining here, and the infinity, and I keep on going, and I never keep up, I just keep on going, okay? Because I'm going to bring back to my kingdom, my kingdom and my people, you know, victory, so we can all live in peace, in karmic peace, okay? In karmic peace. And you can see that the wands here that he's carrying, you know, blooming here, like it's alive. It's alive and well. Alive and well. Okay? Oh, look at this. Now we have Diablo here, talking about karmic intuition. My. Now Diablo has come back to back. And you know, there's much to learn from Diablo, okay, from the devil. No doubt about it. Okay, he's one of a kind. We talk about it a lot on this channel. Can't kill the devil, and his creature demons never die. That's why he's so powerful. Okay, you know, it's like you can't kill God. Okay, but God has love, power. With Diablo, but it's not to say we can't learn from him. Okay, but the unfortunate side, you see how in this image of the Aquarian tarot, is that he wants to control people through monetary means. Okay, and you can see how the devil has, this is a male figure and a female figure. You see he's got them in the fire pit, and that's why we have to, like, be aware. 2 words: be aware or beware. Okay, of this kind of going for materialistic things, and the more you have, and then if you're going into debt, which, you know, one thing is you have to pay bills, and sometimes, yeah, you know, sometimes you go in a little bit of debt, and especially, like, you know, mortgage of your home or whatever. However, it doesn't mean that you go out continuously shopping for things you don't need. Okay, we don't need this stuff, my friends. Okay, but here we have a full moon over Diablo too. But there's much wisdom in Diablo. Okay, and this is how we learn to battle them. Okay, and we battle them. The only way to battle the demons is with the white light, bright light. Okay, you know, just like Jesus told Satan, you know, Satan, you walk behind me, right? You don't let his karma restrict you. And that's why we don't go into, you know, we got to stand Diablo strong. There's much wisdom to learn. And he's come back to back on my table too. So it's as if, it's called the balance. Okay, we talk about that much on my channel. Can't kill Diablo, and we can only send his demons back to hell where they come from by the white light, bright light. Because they fear that. Trust me. Okay? And so that's why it's like, you know, karma is something just fell. I don't know. Both my cats aren't in here. I gotta pay attention now about that. Yowza, now look what we got going on here. Now we have two major arcana cards that bring us that, level of saying, okay, now remember, we're in the month of February. We're just opening up we just opened up beautifully with the IMBOLC card saying, we're going to look for the signs, of the flowers coming through, earth coming back from the winter, okay, heading into spring. We're halfway there. Winter is halfway ending, and here I'm talking about the northern hemisphere where I'm in Florida. Okay, so it's just time to go within prayer and become that magician. You see, this magician here can battle this right here. No doubt about it. High priestess can too. Okay? That's why we have to think like magicians. We have to think like the high priestess. But we have to go into meditative time alone. Okay? Turn off the television. Put on, organic music with no lyrics if that's what keeps you a little bit at the calm state. But here we just had Diablo, and now the Tower card. This stands for that excessive force of anger, destruction, okay, erratic actions. Usually you see like people jumping out of the tower. Okay, let's keep on moving. But we have the magician and we have victory here, okay, and we have this peaceful karmic card that just opened up the table. So please, my friends, for 2019, no matter what you're going through, and I can say emotionally that, these last 6 months, well, 4 months especially, has been very odd to me how I became so ill. But now, I'm healing quite well per my doctor, and I think it's fabulous. But don't give up on you, okay? In February, consider the month of love because we have Valentine's Day on the 14th. So if you feel, and this is for all of us, and I can say, I went through these last 4 months, just going through like, how did this come? How did this happen to me? Because I feel I eat well, and, but as my doctor say, this is what I received is something that you cannot pinpoint. It doesn't have to deal with how you eat, how you don't act, it just happens to you. Certain things just happen. So, and I never even heard of this diverticulitis ever. So, but we can come out of anything that's unjust to our lives, okay? We can come through. We can be determined and have the courage to say, you're not going to F with me, because if you F with me, I F with you, right? That's a saying we have on this channel, right? You dark forces, you try fucking with me, I fuck with you, right? That's how we say it. That's how you gotta say it. Because they don't know anything about, oh, I'm going to share the peace and love with you. Sorry to add, they don't get that, okay? And as I shared, the demons can jump. So if you can send them back to hell, they're going to jump to somewhere else, okay? Which is sad to add too, because that's what we don't have control with them. We don't want to control them, but we can send them back to where they come from, especially with white light, bright light, but they'll jump to the next home that they think that they can take advantage of, okay? The next person, that's how they gain their strength, okay? But we as, who work with the white light, bright light, the golden light, the rays of the sun, Father God, okay? No matter what they try to do, we can battle on because we have no fear. We're fierce and fearless spiritual warriors on this channel. Look at that. The Knight of Rods. The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Fire. My favorite knight is here. You see, he says, no need to worry. We're going to kick their asses anyway. No need to worry. We got that passionate energy. And you see, he's looking at the whole scenery. And he's a knight. They're the young blood of the castles, and they are the ones sent out to battle on, right? Because they got the energy to do it. So you see, even though he's looking at them, he's calm. He's like, no problem. We're going to take them out. No problem. We send them back to where they come from. because I'm a knight of fire. And you gotta love the knights of fire. No doubt about it. You know, they just got, they're about, how do you say, I don't know if it makes sense, but it's like stubborn success. They don't give up. They don't give up until they gain that success. Because they want to come in. They want to come in. See, here we have him in his gold. And look, he's also looking here. See, this is the Six of Wands, but this is the Knight, Wands, fire, saying, you know what? We'll battle on and we're going to win. We're going to come home in victory. Because we don't, yes, they move on. And they'll move on somewhere else. These energies move on somewhere else. That's the sadness of it all. But personally speaking, as spiritual warriors, we can send them back to where they come from. Okay? And this is the fire energy. So have that passion. Have that strong commitment, okay, to what your karmic realm is about. And if we have to battle the dark forces, we will. Okay. That's the whole thing about the dark forces. If you give a pinky worth of fear to them, they'll take you out. But if you stand strong and you speak your truths, they'll jump to the other ones that are weak. And of course, they'll speak to the ones that are born evil. Three of Swords. Okay, so no doubt about it, for this February, some of us are going to feel some sorrow coming through. Okay. And, but don't let the outer sides, you can see we have a female now, her hair is long, and it's the Three of Swords, the Three of Air. And you can see she's in, you know, she is in a sad, sorrowful way. But threes also speak of that creativity. The Empress, Empress Venus has come through so much these last couple of years on my table. It's overwhelmingly beautiful to me. Okay, and Empress Venus is all about the bounty, the love she has for all of us. She's fabulous energy to have. So, but just see that if you feel this way, that these dark forces are around you, which I'm not saying doesn't happen. It does happen, okay? Paranormal, I speak as a little kid, how I was scratched by the three claws, my legs being pulled from my bed, even in my condo. This is a brand new condo built. I built it in the respect, I'm the first owner, and doors slamming, sitting on my chest, pressing themselves on my chest, okay? And look in this house, I found Aunt Margaret in the wall of these people. I really believe she was pure evil. Aunt Margaret was her husband's aunt, and found her in the wall. She had put her prayer card in the wall. I found the husband in a drawer in the very back. That I pulled out the drawer, and God knows how I wanted to sit down on the floor and pull out this drawer to just look clean, and I see this packet of all his sympathy cards. The wife just wanted to leave it at the end of that drawer. She knew those were there. She knew that I was just coming into this house as a new owner, that they had lived in this house 25 years. She wanted to leave him there. But I found him, and I released him. And that's what we have to do. If you're in this position, you release yourself from this. Don't feel that you have to be stuck to that. And yes, it's unnatural. I don't want to talk about this, but I've never been ill. The last time I was in the hospital was 1999, I think. That's what, freaking 20 years ago? And so this has been, but we battle on, okay? We battle on. We don't allow the dark forces to control us. Let me set these here, because there's something else to be said about that. Here we have it, the Nine of Swords. And now we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, another card where you're feeling so, like you're not knowing what to do. And this is the intellect. And sometimes we overthink too much. Okay, that's another thing. We think too much, and then we get caught up in the negativity. And I never even heard of this illness that I had, but in respect, I wanted to learn, I wanted to study. How did I get this? And again, it's still so new. Even the doctor, my doctor, he's the high surgeon. I fortunately, I don't want to talk too much about myself. I hardly do that, but I have to admit that this reading has come through, that in a way I was feeling these emotions, because how did I get something I've never even heard of? I don't think I eat poorly, or, anyway, he told me, we don't even talk about it because then people get, crazed in their mind. But it's happening every day, he's told me. We're seeing more people with this condition, with the colon, of diverticulitis. So, and he was trying to explain to me as the surgeon, the main surgeon, because when I went and drove myself to the ER, they took a CAT scan of me. He came into my room and said, I'm taking you to emergency surgery. And I was blessed that day because he's the main guy. He's the head honcho. He is the surgeon. Imagine, he was on call that day. Okay, so that was again God helping me. But here we have the Nine of Swords. But this is about endings and completions, the nines. So no matter how you're thinking here, and you can see the rose has a sword through it, and you can tell, and who knows, you might be having bad dreams. And I'm not saying that demons and bad forces and negativity doesn't come around, because it does. I just explained to you paranormally how even moving to this house, to I knew it was an old house and I knew I had to gut it, a lot of the rooms, especially the bathrooms, but it's like you don't expect people doing such nasty, but they do. But see how I came in this to cleanse it up, and I'm going through a next phase. Next phase, I'm going to do something else, and I'll let you guys know down the road. But I want to do one more last phase to the house to make it look fabulous. But you see, and here it's kind of unique to me why they have these two females here, okay? But they do. But the feminine receptive is just that we feel so much more, and when we do feel, how women do, we just are that way, and we feel more than anything. But threes, create, okay? Create. Don't go into a place that's physical, stressful to yourself, okay? Draining you, and especially if it's, you kind of like making it up. But this does exist, okay? This paranormal here, this energy this destruction can affect our psyche, can affect our bodies, okay? But here we have the nine. So the nines mean endings and completions. So let's get out of this, okay? If let's say it's something even that doesn't have to deal with this so much. It's like you lost your job because the company's shutting down, okay? Things like that do happen. But let us not put ourselves in, and yes, not making money. Oh my goodness. That's hard for all of us, okay? But just continue to pray. And then look, here we have the Seven of Pentacles, okay? The Seven of Pentacles. And I've talked about this card quite often because it's come through quite often, the Seven of Earth. And actually, my first tarot deck ever was Aleister Crowley's The Book of Thoth, the Egyptian tarot deck. And he has, he was about the occult a lot. And I read about him, and then here I live, I'm not even 10 miles from the largest Scientology. It's the realm of Scientology here, and the flagship of Scientology is here in Clearwater, Florida. And Ron L. Hubbard, who created Scientology, began Scientology, was best buddies with Aleister Crowley. He learned the occult from Aleister Crowley. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because the Seven of Pentacles has come through via the Book of Thoth, by Aleister Crowley, and he calls it failure. Okay, well, I don't call it failure because it shows a person is usually feminine, and she's planted her seeds and she's watering the tree and she's waiting for the blooms to the fruit to grow. And the only reason I would call this Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Coins, Seven Earth failure is when you planted the seeds, you're watering it, it's growing, it's blooming, The fruit is ready to be picked, but you turn away, you walk away, and you let the fruit just fall to the ground. And you don't pick the fruit to cook with it or to eat it, or here we have coins here, but to work with the money. You just let it just drop down and rot away. So that's when it's failure. But don't say it, because sevens, as the numerology, is about spiritual challenges or victory. And here we have victory right here. Okay, karmic victory right here. And you see, but he had to go work it. He's coming back in victory. The people are so happy to see him because he battled on and he won with victory. So don't give up. And you can see they have dark clouds here for a reason. Okay, and this deck usually, I say, is kind of, the shade colors are just so dark. I wish they would have made light. But you see, here we have Luna shining through the light of this one. But she's not even looking. Okay, this one too, not looking. Create, create, create. 3 9s, endings and completions. It's there. So plant those seeds. Look forward to what's going to be birthing anew, and tend to that garden. Tend to it. Pick those fruit. Eat from the fruit. Bake a nice pie. Okay? Don't let it just rot to the ground. And many of us do that. Okay? Many of us do something that we have creation here with us, and then what happens? We just let it rot away. And so, here we have, allow yourself the vision of joy and feel into it daily. You see, feel it. That passionate energy, that fire, okay? Feel into it daily. Feel it. Know that this tree that you seeded and planted is growing, and you're going to feel it every day to take care of it. Just like plants. It's just like animals. You got to tend to the garden. You have to take care of it. Okay? You just don't let it, it's like us with animals. We would never just walk away without feeding and watering them. I don't know how people can abuse animals or children. Let's not even go into that realm. But we do have this energy here that speaks of that kind of abuse, that kind of wants that abuse. And, we just have to say, no más, no more, and the Tower card also, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 birds are in the sky. And here we have this 9 of Swords. Okay? So, and the Tower is also the major arcana card. Tower card is ruled by Mars, which is also about that, bold action to fight and war. And so it's like energy aggressive, defense. But you could see she's just in this way of woe is me. Well, the next card, number 10, is transcendence. Okay, number 10, which speaks of success of large amounts, large supply. So don't give up on you. Don't give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. I never give up. Okay. And Yabo, again, much wisdom. That's all I can say about him. Okay? And he's not going anywhere. You better believe that. You better believe that. He is here. I believe he's always been before the light, actually. That's why he's so powerful. I think that's when Father God said, I'm going to create light. And then there was light. That's how I feel about it. I think he's always been. And there's demons so old, there's monstrous inside, and they're highly intelligent creatures too. So, well, let's pick 2 of these and let's see how we're going to close. But let's, be rebellious, okay? Be rebellious. Be rebellious, okay? That's like Aquarius energy. Be rebellious. And like this Knight of Fire here, my favorite knight. He really is. He's my favorite knight. And be that magician. See, that's the thing about the magicians and the high priestess. No doubt about it, the dark forces fear those energies of the magician and the high priestess, because they know that we got things up our sleeve, don't we? I'm see what I got in my sleeve right here, right now. Right? That's it. Okay, I'm going to pick two because these are coming. Where am I at? Oh, wait, 45 minutes. Okay, I'm doing well. 1 and 2. And these are the Soul's Journey lesson cards. Okay? But just believe in you. Okay, so for February, and again, we're calling this the month of love. All right, there's a month of love here. Don't give up on yourselves. Okay, don't give up on yourselves. Surrender. I can release my need to control. Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. That's it right there. Surrender to the beautiful ones. Surrender to God. We never surrender to the dark forces. We battle them. We send them back to hell. That's where they come from. That's how we do it. I don't know how all you do it. But that's how I do it. Okay. We send them back to hell where they come from. And it's not that hard to do. But you got to have a clean house. You have to have a clean mind. You know, you can't be doing evil thoughts towards other people and thinking that you're going to get away with that. That's you. The demons will always be around you if you think like that. Surrender. Hold on, I have it on the wrong page. And surrender. So let's see. And this man, James Van Praagh, he's a psychic medium. He's an international renowned best-selling author. So he's been around a long time. Surrender. I can release my need to control. You need to understand the distinction between power and control. You have the power of internal control, but very little external control over people or situations. And here we have Diablo and this tarot card right here, major arcana cards, okay? Definitely powerful, okay? Definitely cards that you can't control the devil, no. And if you surrender to him, you're a fool. So, okay. The majority of our external control is through the power of influence. You can lead by example. If every soul has its own unique path and it is not your job to dictate it, giving advice or direction in a compassionate manner is the way to go. Your soul too has a path, and you possess the power to control it, but you must surrender the illusion that you have control over another. And that's well said right there. Remember that this is a process, and from time to time your ego will rise up and demand that things be the way they should be. Envision a hot air balloon being loaded up with all of the things you think you need to control, and let them ride away in the balloon. You'll be surprised to find that when you release the energy of control and accept the energy of surrender, doors will open that you never expected, because you have now given the universe space in which to materialize what is needed for your highest soul growth. There you go. And I totally believe that my soul has grown in these last few months with this, illness that I had that I couldn't control. I had to surrender to it. That's why I'm relating. I had to surrender. And I was literally bedridden, and high fever in the whole, and then all these tubes in and out of my body. It was crazy. But I'm over it. The tubes are gone, and yesterday was the last taking out my staples from my second incision, surgical incision site. So now I just have to, like my doctor said, just, keep balance. He used that word, keep your balance now. I know you eat well, but just, and he's told me, keep walking, just no heavy exercise yet. But he told me in the next 2 months that I can start doing, maybe more aerobic type exercises besides walking. I can ride my bike, So I've surrendered. And that's what we all need to do. And keep the balance. You know, I speak of the balance. And here we have, the balance here. Can't kill the devil and demons never die. But we can send them back to hell. Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Balance means bringing a sense of stability and wholeness into every area of your life. Many times when you look at a situation objectively, you will resonate with one side more than the other. Try not to view either as good or bad, but simply recognize that it is. Okay, see the balance? We can't kill the devil and his demons, but we can send them back to where they come from. And that's how it is. So be it. The true nature of the scales of balance is to give both sides of a situation your equitable, objective perspective. It can be difficult to understand the side that you do not relate to, but that is a lesson in itself. What is it about you that prevents you from giving both sides of the coin your non-judgmental assessment ? This situation or person has been placed in your path to teach you that everyone has his or her own unique, authentic life story, and you must put yourself in that person's shoes to really understand his or her motivation. Balance is a godly virtue, and if it is struck, you will reap the benefits of insight and compassion. So one last time with this last sentence. Balance is a godly virtue, and if it is struck, you will reap the benefits of insight and compassion. Okay. Alrighty. And that's why some people, that, go to jail for their dirty deeds, sometimes they can heal in the prisons. I believe in that too. I believe that people can heal. They realize that what they did, and now their life is stuck in a prison or wherever they are. But I believe that there can be people who heal from all that. I truly believe in that. And I truly believe that this is the time for spirituality to awaken. I'm seeing younger children now talking about spirituality. I think it's fabulous. I was raised Catholic, but I don't speak too much about religions. I embrace all the beauty of religions, but spirituality, working with our soul connection to the universe, to the beautiful ones, that's where I believe we're all going. And if you teach your children this, they too will know and learn lessons that is so independent and inventive that it will bring their soul to positivity. I believe this with all my body, mind, and soul. Love to all of you, and thank you all who prayed for me. I'm overwhelmed by all of you who did. Thank you kindly. Enjoy the month of February, okay? Take care. Ciao.